What does it take to forgive those who stole your freedom for 27 years? What kind of leader walks out of prison with a smile, ready to unite a divided nation instead of seeking revenge? This is the story of Nelson Mandela, revolutionary, prisoner, president. A man who rose from rural roots to become the face of justice and peace in South Africa. His journey is one of pain, resistance, sacrifice, and unimaginable triumph. Nelson Mandela was born in 1918 in a small village called Mvetso. He grew up in a world governed by tribal traditions, yet dominated by colonial laws. As a child, he ran through the fields of the Eastern Cape, unaware that his life would be anything but ordinary. Apartheid had already begun shaping South Africa, enslaving black lives through laws that banned them from voting, owning land, or even walking freely in white areas. Mandela's path was already marked by injustice long before he ever chose to fight it. As a young man, Mandela studied law and began working to defend those who couldn't protect themselves. He joined the African National Congress, hoping peaceful protest could bring change, but the system was ruthless. With each protest crushed, each voice silenced, Mandela and others realized that freedom would not come easily. He co-founded Umkhonto we Sizwe, a militant group that saw sabotage as the last language the regime would understand. For this, he became both a symbol of resistance and a target of the state. In 1964, Mandela was sentenced to life in prison. He spent 18 years on Robben Island, confined to a tiny cell, breaking rocks under the hot sun. His days were harsh, his contact with the outside world limited, yet in that isolation, Mandela became a greater leader than before. He educated fellow prisoners, wrote secretly, and became the spiritual father of a growing movement. Prison did not crush his resolve. It sharpened it. Outside prison walls, his name began echoing across continents. Free Nelson Mandela became a global rallying cry. Artists sang about him, politicians demanded his release, and everyday people marched for his freedom. As apartheid continued to brutalize millions, the world's pressure on South Africa intensified. Mandela, though unseen, had become the most powerful prisoner on earth. In 1990, Nelson Mandela walked free. The man who entered prison with a revolutionary heart emerged with a leader's spirit. He called not for vengeance, but for dialogue. He met with his former enemies and negotiated the end of apartheid. The chains were gone, but Mandela still had work to do. Freedom was no longer a dream. It was a process. In 1994, Mandela made history by becoming South Africa's first black president. He led with grace, choosing reconciliation over retribution. Mandela stepped down after one term, proving that true leadership is about service, not power. He spent his final years promoting peace, education, and human rights around the world. When he died in 2013, the world did not just mourn a man, but celebrated a movement. His courage lit a fire in generations, showing us that even the most broken systems can be changed by love, sacrifice, and unshakable resolve. Nelson Mandela's journey to freedom wasn't just about one man, it was a blueprint for humanity, and as long as injustice exists, his footsteps will echo forward, guiding the world toward something better.